know, I have a lot of experience with S2000s, and this is my first time spending so much time with a supercharged S2000. I've driven this kit before, and this is going to be the Kraftswerks kit, which is the only kit that I've driven. And there's HKS, Vortec, Contact, all those other ones. Kind of driven a Contact before in the past, but nothing too serious here. And this kit, I'm actually not entirely sure which size pulley it is and which version it is, but so far I actually enjoy it a lot. There aren't as many problems as people make it seem that the Kraftswerks does have, and you know, there's always installation error, there's always user error, you know, belts breaking here and there, and then pulley studs snapping even after changing the ARP hardware. But for me personally, I haven't had any issues thus far. But I do need to get a flex fuel kit and make that return line for the fuel tank, because if I don't, I can't make as much power as it should be. So right now this car is making 430 and 288 to the wheels, but those are on straight E85 numbers. I cannot run, I can't run flex fuel right now, which absolutely sucks, because I can't road trip the car, I can't go to Bun Willow, you know, just those things, usability things. And as you guys know, I like to drive, and I really want that flex fuel kit. But doing the return line and everything, you know, it's you know, this is a drive-by-wire car, so there's a lot of things I didn't know about drive-by-wire until, you know, this car. And obviously, as you guys know, 06 pluses have your fuel return line, or sorry, 06 pluses have VSA, just like your traction control, which sucks. Drive-by-wire, not drive-by-cable. So one of the reasons that why I would recommend an 04, 05 or an AP1 if you want to rev all the way out to 9. And even most times, having a supercharger kit, you know, revving out to 9 isn't necessarily useful. So that's why I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll settle and have it not be fine with it not being an AP1. And I keep shifting into second, so kind of doing that on purpose, simply to kind of show you guys that Integra, EG, interesting. Mexico, a lot of nice cars in Mexico, huh? But after you put on a supercharger, you know, you're probably gonna bump one gear down because your usable power band is you know, you have more. You have, with this kit, basically double what you originally had. I haven't tracked this kit yet, but hopefully we'll get to that very soon. Obviously, your temps are going to run higher. Always considerations, you could decide to run a V-mount setup, or you could, I don't know, just let it run hot. So currently this car has a Mishimoto radiator, which is absolute shit. Don't ever buy Mishimoto products. Rad is the way to go. There was this one special CSF slash Rockstar Garage, I think, collaboration, but that was a little bit more expensive. But with a car like this, you're always going to be worried that it's going to be overheating, especially at the track. And then on hot summer days even, I'll watch temperatures spike. So I don't know if that's because of my slow coolant leak because of the thermostat, or if that's simply because Mishimoto sucks. So I've seen multiple instances, including myself, where it would just leak out of the fins for no fucking reason. So I don't know, man, it's big, but you know, I haven't heard the best reviews. Even personally, I haven't had the best experience with them. And we have a car in front in Mexico. And you know, but overall thoughts, you know, I've stuck with that S2000 for so many years. It's been maybe about since 2014, 13, whenever my brother-in-law had gotten his CR, and then that whenever Sam had gotten that 09 S2000. So I've been driving S2000s for a long time, and some of you guys may know that I used to work at Zadar, which is an exotic car rental in Seattle, and so spread amongst that and me being a photographer, there are many times where I drove cars that had way more horsepower than S2000, but at the end of the day, you know, I could drive an Aventador, I could drive a McLaren or whatever, but I get off work, close the cars up and everything, and I don't know if this guy lives here, but and I get back into S2000 and it would feel absolutely amazing. You know, I wouldn't get bored of it. But okay, I'm gonna hope that this time it doesn't fucking fall off. Bro. Like, I literally just fucking said that and it just fucking fell off, dude. Like, it's fucking pissing me off. Like, the fucking window's clean, the fucking suction cup's clean, I don't know what the fuck this fucking bullshit is. And if you guys think making YouTube videos is all fucking fun and games, then fucking think again. Want to make sure you're not ugly, you don't look ugly, which I am ugly, so that's a fucking issue. That's a fucking big problem. There's that 670Z that I did a fucking flyby behind, or beside of, and which means that we're probably going to be held up going down the hill. Probably going to get demonetized for that. So hopefully I'm going to try my best to not drive that fucking aggressively, and hopefully we don't have any suction cups fall off again. Bump, bump, bump. But that was the first to third pole or fourth. I think I got up to fourth. And it's fun, dude. So if any of you guys are thinking about it, you know, I personally don't like turbos as much. There's always people that are gonna argue, oh, it's more linear, it's this and this and this and this and this. I fucking love the supercharger whine. Like, this thing sounds like a fucking UFO or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Granted, turbo cars sound really cool too. But I mean, either or, it doesn't sound as solid as NA. But you get cool backfires, you get cool blow-off valve noises, and if you turbo it, you have your wastegates. And simply because someone hears a blow-off valve, they think that it's a turbo car, which, no. And then on fucking Chinese TikTok, you have these fucking idiots talking about, oh, it sounds like a do you have a 2JZ in there? And it's like, man, fuck, like, you have a smartphone and you're still a fucking dumbass, which, like, nothing can save you from that. My ears popping because of the elevation change. And into this, so this car, the good thing about 06 Plus is that you can run on data. So essentially you plug it into your OBD2, and then you can basically read all your temps and everything off of your phone from Bluetooth, which is pretty cool. But full standalone is going to be the way that I want to go. And yeah, if you are really on the borderline, but whether or not you want to boost it, for me, I you know, being in this car scene or doing this car shit for so long, what I can really tell you is sometimes you gotta try it out, you gotta do it yourself first, and then see if you really like it or not. You know, you might like the speed and everything, but are you down to handle all the annoying ass issues that come with it? And that's just like modding any car, you know? It's not simply just, oh, I'm gonna just drive it and it's fine. Like, I came out today, one reason why was I really wanted to test out the suspension, and I don't know if this, it's a girl. No. I want to test out the suspension and see the settings, because right now it's functional on the track, I would believe, with the alignment settings and everything, but don't do that. Don't downshift in the middle of a corner. I would think the alignment settings are good for the track, but obviously in Mexico in the canyons, I don't want to fucking crash the car, so we're keeping it fairly tame. So I think I'm not getting enough contact patches, which is why sometimes the car feels kind of squirrely. I'm not going fast enough. There's not enough weight to justify that amount of caber that I'm running, and it's pretty dope, you know. In the sense, it's pretty dope in the sense that this set of suspension is, right now it's on spec 32 RS1s. So yes, they are JRZs. Okay, blah 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 blah, all this shit, blah 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 blah. Okay, aside from all that bullshit, spring rates are not incorrect. I don't think the valving and just it's not right for this amount of aero and the size of tires I'm running. I believe before someone's gonna be say all this bullshit. I'm not a professional. We'll see what happens after we're finishing it up. We go to Button Willow and we take it out for a shakedown and see if I can hit that target goal of what I want to hit, which is gonna be, you know, sub 50 in a supercharged S2000. S2000s with the final gear here and there. A lot of people are running around anywhere from 153 to 155 right now. And with double the horsepower, if I'm not getting sub 50, I'm probably just gonna set the car on fire. Because sub 50 for a supercharged S2000 with this much aero and this much mechanical grip is actually really fucking like, it's kind of embarrassing, you know, if I don't sub 50. But, you know, back in the day when we were tracking at the ridge, you know, one issue with GT3s is that they're, you know, we catch up to them in the corners, but on the straightaway it's just farewell, hasta la vista, baby. And then sometimes if they want to drag race you on the straight, then you're really just kind of fucked and you're just kind of like, dude, like, get the fuck out of my way, like, but I've seen a lot of people run the Kraftswerks kit, HKS kit on the track, and they seem to have no issues. So once again, may possibly simply be user error. So those are multiple things to consider. And buying the kit brand new, any of the Supercharger kits, you know, anywhere from like 5K. You get used kits for 3K, but once again, you don't know how many true miles are on it. If the supercharger needs to be rebuilt, and then ECU if it's like right for your year. So AP1s, AP2s, and AP2 06 pluses have different ECU options, but I would say just go balls out, fucking just stand alone. Use so many fucking animals in Mexico. So full standalone, looks like Caltech, but you don't need to go full balls to the walls. But said and done, cards, better fuel pumps, because the fuel pump and the injectors that come with the Kraftswerks kit is what the fuck you call it? Grams, which is not so good. Not so bam bam. That's something else you want to upgrade. And then what else do you want to do here? Fuel pumps, depending on, you know, how big of a fuel pump and surge tank, if you don't want to start the car, if you're going to track it. And everything is really it's about your perspective and what you want to do with the car. There's no wrong way to mod it. It's just as long as you want to keep the motor running healthy and this and that. Everything else is kind of like, yeah. I don't know. It's a lot of money. You know, by the time this car is going to be finished in exactly the way that I want it, I'm going to be the real Johnny Tran. 100K, not under the hood, but in the whole sense of things. And it's just fun, man. Like, after driving this car for so long, an S2000 with the supercharger with double the horsepower that I originally had, it's kind of the perfect car for me. You know, as much as I wish that it was still naturally aspirated, I can't spend fucking like 20K to get a crate motor that makes 400 NA, you know, and those things are more so race parts. You go by hours, you don't go by miles, and the tuning, and if I'm going to go that length of a crate motor that's strokered, might as well just fucking buy a race car. And picking up the pace a little bit because the 370Z is catching up. But we're just having a little conversation here. Find a place to pull over for her since we're here recording shit. And so to answer your question, than that, I would just say no. You might as well just get a new car. But if